Welcome everyone to the second class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about how to create data set for our project. So you have to create a folder for your data set. For that, you have to create a variable directory equal to, and then you have to type the name of the directory inside the quotation. So I am going to type data set. So you have to use the OS package to create the directory. So you have to type os.make directory of, and then you have to type the name of the variable inside the bracket directory comma exit OK equal to true. So it will create the directory for your project, dataset directory. So after that, we are going to use the OpenCV to capture the images. For that, you have to create a function def create dataset. This will be our function for creating the dataset. And then you have to type the parameters name. So we are going to use the variable name. So inside the function, you have to create the directory for the person. So if I have to create directory for the persons like Bill Gates or Elon Musk facial images, I am going to create that folders. For that only you have to type person equal to os.path.join of directory comma name. So it will be create directory for the Bill Gates, Elon Musk. Then we can easily import the images in those directory. So after that you have to type os.make directory. So it will create the name of the directory. So Bill Gates will be the directory. So each person, one folder will be created. Inside that folder, all the images will be present. So after that, we are going to use the OpenCV to capture the image. For that, you have to create the variable capture equal to cv2 dot video capture of. Inside the bracket, you have to type 0. So 0 is for webcam. And then you have to create the count for the dataset image. So if I want to create 100 image, I'm going to count one by one. After the 100 is completed, we will close the web camera. So that's the use of count. And then I'm going to use the while loop to capture and read the image from the web camera. For that, you have to type while true return comma frame. It will return the frame. It will return the frame and then read the images from the frame. So if the webcam cannot capture the images, we have to print we cannot capture images. So I have to type print cannot capture image or cannot use camera. And then you have to type break. So if the webcam is not working, you have to allow access to the camera. So that's it. So this is how you can read the images from the So that's it. This is how you can read the image from the webcam. So after that, we need to detect the face in the web camera. For that, we need to convert all the colored images to gray color. For that, you have to type gray equal to cv2 dot cvt color of frame. All the images captured in our web camera will be converted to grayscale images. Because CV2 accepts only grayscale image to detect the face in the webcam. For that only we need to convert. So after the conversion of grayscale image, OpenCV uses the algorithm hair cascade classifier to detect the face images in the webcam. For that you have to use the XML file. So you have to type faces equal to cv2 dot cascade classifier. You have to type cascade classifier of, you have to type cv2 dot data dot hair cascade plus, and then you have to type the quotation. So inside the quotation, you have to type the XML file. So you have to copy the path of the XML file. You have to copy the file name, and then you have to paste the file name inside the quotation. So hair cascade will detect the face images in the web camera, and then you can use the multi-scale for your detection. You have to type gray, comma, scale factor will be 1.3, and then minimum factor will be 5. So this is how OpenCV detect the faces. First, it will convert all the colored images to grayscale. Then it will use the hair cascade classifier to detect the facial images. So after that, we need to provide the bounding box for the detected image. For that, you have to type the coordinates x, y, and then width and then height. You have to type the coordinates x, y, w, h in faces. Detected faces, we need to provide the bounding box. After that, you have to increment the count. Count plus equal to 1. So every face detected, the count will be increased 1 by 1. So you have to type face image equal to frame of y is to y plus h. H is nothing but height, and then x is to x plus w. W is nothing but width. So we are going to provide the height and width for the frame. After that, we are going to provide the face path. So every detected face will be stored in our data set. For that, we need to copy the face captured images to our dataset path. You have to type face path equal to os.path.join of person. So that will be our directory of the person. For example, Bill Gates, if we capture the images of Bill Gates, it will be stored in the Bill Gates folder. With the format, you have to type the format for the facial image. I am going to type name underscore count dot jpg. So that will be my format for the captured face. So the name of the image, like Bill Gates, and then count how many images are captured in the webcam, like 1 to 100, all the images count dot jpg. So it will be stored in that format. So we have successfully captured the images and then stored that images in the folder. So after that, we need to write the data set. So you have to type cv2.imwrite. So it will store all the captured image in the folder. You have to type cv2.imwrite of face path, face image. So this is how you can capture image and store the image. After that, you have to type cv2.rectangle of frame, x, y, and then you have to type x plus width, y plus height. Height and width for the bounding box. And then you have to type color of the bounding box. I am going to provide blue color for the bounding box. If you want green color, you can also type the values. So blue color value 255, 0, 0. 2 is nothing but thickness. So that's it. So we have successfully created the bounding box for the detected face in the webcam. So after that, we are going to show the image. So you have to type cv2.imshow image show of. Inside the quotation, you can type your own value, capture face in camera. So after the user press Q button, the capturing will be stopped, or if the count reaches the maximum value to our own value, the capturing will also stop. So I'm going to capture only 50 images. So if you are creating larger project, you have to create hundreds and thousands of images for your face data set. So this will be our small project. For that only, I'm going to select 50 images. So after that, you have to type break to stop the camera. Then you have to release the camera and destroy all windows. You have to type cv2.destroy all windows. So that's it. We have successfully created the code for how to create data set. So it is very simple. First, you have to create the data set folder. And then you have to create the name of the person folder. So Bill Gates. If you want to create facial image for Bill Gates, you have to create a Bill Gates folder. And then you have to use the webcam to capture the face images. And then you have to count the images one by one. After that, you have to convert the images to grayscale images, gray images. And then OpenCV uses hair cascade classifier to detect the facial image. So after that, you have to capture the image and store the image in the folder. So you have to increment the count one by one, and then you have to save the images in the folder with the format name and then count.jpg. So that will be our format. At last, we are going to create the bounding box for the detected face. So I am going to create only 50 images. If the count reaches 50, it will close the camera. So that's it. So in today's class, we have successfully created the code for how to create data set. In the next class, we are going to discuss about how to train the data set.